Welcome to No Surrender 2022 review. A way better show than Elimination Chamber. I'll probably just say a better show than Elimination Chamber, but I'm saying it now. A way better show. This show, an Impact Plus show, was superior. Say it again. It was superior than WWE's Elimination Chamber at Jeddah, which I did a review of, which you will see tomorrow. I've done the review. I want to make this clear. I did the review of Elimination Chamber. Already did it. I haven't edited it yet. So you will see it tomorrow, edited with images and my thoughts, and I tore its ass out. I was not happy with that thing. It was not worth it, and you'll understand why I say that. But when you look at this show, and I don't agree with everything here. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not telling you this show was perfect. It was not. There was a glitch when it came to the lighting. There was some audio problems with one of the segments that was in back an interview. Yeah. I don't agree with some of the booking. Yes. I can understand why they did it. I just don't agree with it. That's just my own personal preference. But still, guys, this show was superior, in my humble opinion, to Elimination Chamber. I don't know if just Alex would think like that, because I doubt he even saw it. He probably either didn't watch Elimination Chamber, or if he did watch it, he wouldn't even think about No Surrender. He wouldn't. Maybe he may watch a highlight of one of the episodes, not episodes, but one of the matches in No Surrender. But essentially, he's not going to care. JD, won't care. He may hear about it, but he's not going to care. He'll still think, as most people think, which is proven, that Impact still has not recovered since they moved from Spike to Destination America, now owned by Anthem, and now gone through Access TV. They just haven't recovered very well. But I never said 100%. Because I want to make this clear to anyone. I know I'm dragging this, but I want to make this clear because you guys know me. I'm very honest. And I've said Impact has issues with its booking and the way it shows itself. Its mismanagement is there. In general, they got problems with mismanagement. But it does not mean they can't still put on a banger, as they say. They did. This was a superior show. Let's get into it. I did not watch the beginning before the matches happened. I didn't see, so I don't know if anything else happened. If they had any kickoff show, anything. So, the number one contenders match for the X Division for Trey Miguel. You got Ace Austin versus Jake Something versus Chris Bay versus Mike, I believe his name is Mike Bailey. I still haven't got his name down. Speedball. But we got a match. It was a good match. This was a good opener for the X Division. I do agree with the positioning of this match. Speedball was good. I still don't agree with the shin guards. Guys, I know you guys are going to say, why you keep saying about it? Because there's where you see someone who looks silly or see someone who looks awesome or cool. And he just looks silly to me. It doesn't mean that eventually won't change my mind about the pads or not even care about them anymore. But as it stands right now, he still doesn't look right with the pads. Yes, he's tightened them now. Before they were loose before. I'm going to tell you this. When he first appeared at Hard to Kill, his pads looked loose. And was it Hard to Kill when he first appeared? I believe it was. I could be wrong. It's been a while. But essentially, his pads looked loose and they were flopping everywhere. Now they're much more tighter, which looks better, but I still don't agree with it. The people who looked the best was Chris Bay and Jake Something. And Jake Something won the match. Now, you can see a little bit what was going on with Ace Austin still trying to work with a Speedball, and after that, and I'm not showing you images of at least this match, it's not necessary. When you see that he approached Speedball with Madman Fulton and pretty much said, look, you need to work with me. I got a match with Jake Something and Trey Miguel. I don't agree. I want to say this in a moment. But essentially, he asked him to join him, and he also pretty much is trying to set up the Trey Miguel and the Jake Something to say that they're talking garbage about him. Now, that was a good setup. heading into next week as a tag match. But I'm going to be honest here. I would have liked to see Jake something have his own moment. He didn't need to have Trey Miguel show up, and he definitely didn't need to have a Ace Austin, a Madman Fulton, the setup for the tag match. I would have rather seen this be a setup for him. That he have his moment to shine, and then they set that up next week. This coming Thursday. That's just me, guys. Tell me below. Next, Jonah versus Black Taurus. A good match with a proper ending. Jonah should have never jobbed to a Josh Alexander. I'm saying it now. I truly am saying it now. Josh Alexander shouldn't have had, if he turns heel, I'm making this clear. If Josh doesn't turn heel, fine. Jonah had the job to him. But if he ever turns heel, Jonah should have never had the job. I'm just saying it. Now, the match was good. It wasn't perfect. You could see that they were really busting their butt in that match. And Jonah being a heavier set guy than a Black Taurus, who's maybe 240, 250, 240 maybe. And a Jonah who's over 300, he's going to get tanked a little bit after maybe, 7 minutes, 10 minutes? Because he's got good stamina for his size. He moves great in the ring. He's got good stamina in the ring. And you could see it. But it went a while and he got eventually tanked, which it happens with big guys. But he looked good. And now he moves on. The question is, what is he moving on to? And if they made Black Taurus win this, I would have ridden it because there was no point in him jobbing. I'm just saying. Now, this is where I don't agree with. Not because the match was bad. It was actually really good. This is one of the matches I can say for myself was a highlight. And that is Jay White versus an Eric Young, an EY. The problem for me was you got the head of Violence by Design. You got the head of Bullet Club. And there's no stipulation. Nothing. Just seeing who's the better boss. And the problem was that seeing who's the better boss was not built long enough. Because a lot of these things in this show were not built long enough. Not quick enough, long enough. Guys, this match needed a stip. For Violence by Design having to do something that the Bullet Club wanted. That's what I felt was needed. Because as it stands, they should have built this up over several months. At least 2 or 3 months. I say 2 months, bare minimum. 3 months would have been the best. But because Jay White only just recently came in, it feels rushed. And I want to see more of it. Now, will we see that match again with them? I don't even know. I thought this. If Jay White lost, he's not staying in Impact very long. If he won, he's staying for a while. He won, that means he will be staying maybe another month or 2 of tapings, which would be maybe 2 or 4 months worth of tapings, counting on how many tapings he does. I'm just saying. I just wish there had been a stip. You guys tell me how you feel about it. Now, we got the Champ Challenge, the Deonna Purrazzo Champ Challenge. Whoever comes in can go after the Dorena's title or the ROH Women's title. Now, I and many people thought that it could be Taya Valkyrie returning. It could be an Athena return. Well, not returning, but coming in. Maybe I heard one person say Angelina Love would be joining them. No, it was someone that I haven't seen in a while. Miranda, originally that I saw her in Raw Reality Wrestling. Yes, she's worked in ROH. Yes, she actually went to WWE and did their tournament for the Mae Young Classic. She did go. I think the second time they did it. She did appear there. And you could see it. She also appeared. Did she also appear on Empower? I think she also went to Empower. I could be wrong. I don't remember after all this time. But she's been traveled. She's well known. And she went after the ROH title because she was known as an ROH girl now. Was a damn good match. I liked it. I have never thought Miranda was a bad wrestler when she was in Raw. the problem I had with reality wrestling, like when it comes to reality wrestling, when it comes to MLW, which I did see an episode of MLW, the most recent one, and the camera work sucked. Say it again. To the one who keeps asking, have I seen it? Yes. 5 days ago, I did go over to their YouTube channel and I saw the latest episode that had the people that were in Lucha Underground. The freaking camera work sucks. Lighting was a little better in the ring, but outside the ring, the lighting was crap. Audio was so-so. And the commentators sucked. But just like a hog who has bad lighting, sound, and camera work, Ro is just the same. So I never had a problem with her. She proved how good she was in the ring. And Deonna Purrazzo won. I wasn't surprised. I don't see her jobbing for quite a while. Maybe after when RH returns, she will job or she will work both for a while. I'm just saying. But I will say it was good. The Digital Media Champ... Whoa, let me crank that back. The Digital Media World Championship of the Matt Cardona, the formerly known as Zack Ryder, the true internet champion, the formerly known, the true innovator of internet, well, not broadcasting, but pretty much selling yourself on the internet and making yourself over, Matt Cardona. Did we have a good match here? It was good. Now, I'm not saying it was perfect. No. Seeing that there were points where Matt Cardona had to pull back his punches a lot because there were certain points where he just couldn't really go full strength because it would look like he was destroying her. Of course, he did show full strength, well, at least enough looking like full strength to make it look good. But there were points where he still isn't totally used to doing Impact Wrestling matches with women. Not saying he hasn't had women matches. I'm just saying in this situation, he kind of held back a little too much, which easily looked a little choreographed. But when it comes to Jordynne Grace, that woman busted her ass to make it look good, to get nailed by him, and to show how freaking strong she was. And there was a deadlift suplex. She deadlifted him. Yes, he had put his hand on her thigh to stabilize himself, but she lifted his ass up and pulled him over her back and threw him over. That was beautiful. That shows you that this woman is a legitimate, strong wrestler compared to several other women who have been spotlighted in different times to be strong like a Tessa Blanchard. Tessa never came as close to strength like a Jordynne Grace. The only person that looked like they could be as strong as Jordynne has been Havoc, who's a bigger woman than her. But in this situation where we know she can deadlift almost 400 to 500 pounds, she deadlifted his ass and pretty much made him look like a bitch. But she lost her cool. At one point, I'm going, why is she grabbing a table? I was thinking a table right now, but almost at the point, I'm going like, is she going to pull out a table to try and nail him? She grabs the chair that he tried to nail her with, gets into the ring, shoves the ref, well, I'll take this back. That happened at the end. She basically nut shots him because she couldn't stand it anymore that she's been screwed over by him. She nut shots him, then gets the same chair that he tried to use to nail her, and she nailed his ass. He walks away with the Digital Media World Championship, and there you go. I don't know where they're going to go with Jordynne. I don't. But I want to say this clearly. As much as I love my Jordynne, I love Jordynne Grace. She is a sawed-off runt that will whoop your ass. She is called Big Mama Pump for a reason on other promotions because she earned that moniker that I wish that Impact would use. They never did. Stupid. Why didn't she use some music, a little bit of the same music as a Big Papa Pump? But, guys, she turning like this, fine. I don't know where they're going with her, but she being like this, I hope it's something interesting. But as much as I love her, and I hope they do something with her, she could not reclaim that title. It has to stay around the waist of a Matt Cardona. He is way more entertaining as a heel. That is it. Everywhere he's gone over to GCW. He looked great there. He's gone to NWA, which I have not seen. And I got to say this, I have not seen NWA Power or USA. If I have the time, I will watch it, and maybe I'll do a review on Monday. Instead of doing a Gump report, I will do Power and USA. I may do that, so watch for it. I may actually do that. But pretty much, he needs to stay champ and a heel. I'm just saying. Now, the tag match of... I'm sorry. I keep laughing every time I hear their name. The Gorillas of Destiny versus the Good Brothers. The Tonga and I don't remember the guy's name. But pretty much they're both called almost Tonga. One is called Tonga, and then the other one is called Tongaloo. Tonga, and Tongaloo. I could be wrong. Or is it not the Tonga Kid, but Tongaloo and Tonga Tong. I gotta learn the names without laughing. Oh, God. Girl, listen, that's it. Was the match bad? No. I want to make this clear. I may be laughing at their asses, but did they deliver a great match? Yes. There was a lot of non-selling in this match, just like what happened with EY and Jay White. There was in this show there was a lot of non-selling when it came to the chops, the throws, and everything, and I enjoyed that. It was a nice change up of what we normally see from Impact Wrestling. There was a bit of strong style you normally get on New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, not everyone likes it. There's going to be people who will not. I did enjoy it because I know who they were. I understood what they were. They are New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers, or maybe All Japan, counting on if they go back and forth, and like maybe Pro Wrestling Noah. Pretty much, I understood it. And the match was very good. At the end of the match, you get a Chris Bay coming out. And he says, when he's distracting one of the God wrestlers, and he did not. While he... did I do that? Why did he do that? Well, I don't even know if I got a picture of him doing that. If I do, I'll stick it in my face. If I don't, well, sorry. But he did that, and I'm going like, why? But then you see Jay White grab one of the Tonga brothers. I'm just going to call them Tonga brothers right now until I get their names. And he nails them. And then you clearly see a Doc Gallows. I think it was Doc Gallows who got the pin. I can't remember. No, I think it was Carl who got the pin. And it was over. And I'm going, why? Until they did Too Sweet, and I realized since the Gorillas of Destiny wanted them out of the Bullet Club, Jay White never said it, Chris Bay never said it, they wanted it. That means he never wanted it. So he got rid of the Gorillas of Destiny. I don't know why it makes me laugh. The Gorillas of Destiny. He decided to get rid of the asses, so they're no longer in the Bullet Club. From what Tom said, or what was it, Matthew? Once they're removed from the Bullet Club, they get their asses whooped bad. So this is the whooping. I'm just saying. Now, when it comes to Mickie James versus Tasha Steelz, I got to tell you, honestly, I really did think Tasha should have won. I'm not going to lie. I really do believe Tasha should have won it. Kind of like what happened with the Gorillas of Destiny, even though I didn't say it, because when it came to the Good Brothers, they've held those titles for so damn long. I did want the Gorillas of Destiny to win. And if they didn't win, either they were going to leave, or in this case, they got screwed over and now there's a new angle, which I can understand, and I'm fine with it. But here, honestly, I do believe Tasha should have won it, and it wouldn't hurt Mickie. If she's still working with Impact, if she does have a contract with Impact, this wouldn't have hurt her. She could have easily given up this title, and she'd be fine. And she could go and get it back months later. That's the way I feel about it. Because I felt that at this point, Tasha was developed enough that she could have gotten that title. And she worked well in the ring with Mickie. The beginning was really good with the lockups. It was very good how rough they were. They were not holding back and pretty much seeing Mickie's cleavage. Look, I'm not trying to make this all about I love and titty and ass. But seeing a Mickie James, who is a very good wrestler, even at 42 years old, I think at this point. Not 43 or 44, I think she's 42, nearing 43. She still is a very agile, strong, and damn flexible woman at her age. She is that good still. And she made Tasha look like $1 million. Now, did Tasha botch a bit? Oh, hell yeah, she did. She did botch a couple of times. There's no lie about it. And Mickie did at least one. Easily. She did do one botch. But even with those few mistakes from both of them, the match was well done. Then you see Sienna Evans, I wish she was not working with Tasha. Because she does not need the muscle. She can handle herself. But you get her on the ring. You get a mid kick to the face. You see a chase. You know that Chelsea Green helping a Mickie, this must be the hot mess turn maybe. For me personally, I think that the hot mess is coming. Because she's trying her best to be on Mickie's side. And I just feel like you're going to get the Chelsea Green hot mess. The old Laura Van Ness hot mess that we've been wanting that was in NWA. That should have been translated to Impact Wrestling. It would have been fine. Since her husband's turned heel, and you haven't seen her with her husband, I would like to see her turn heel to go with her husband, and it'll be an entirely different dynamic. That's just me. Now, the World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Taking away from the match, I want to make this clear. This is not about the match. It actually was quite good. Morrissey did way better than I expected he did, and he did good. I didn't care about the match. Not because I thought the match quality was going to be crap. As I said in my Impact review, if you watched it, I was not interested because this was rushed. They could have done this at least a way better job building up Morrissey going against a Moose. I'm sorry. They could have done this more than a month and a half or even 2 months ago would be great. A month and a half would be pushing it, but at least it would have been built properly, like when Morrissey got his ass nailed with a chair shot multiple times, getting his head locked into a chair, then the chair onto a chair, but still supposedly got nailed twice by Moose. No, 3 times by Moose. He should have spent 2 or 3 weeks away, not a week, and then signs a damn contract. Bullshit. It was stupid, the booking. The booking of the story building into this match was bullshit. But was the match wrong? Was it bad? No. Legitimately, this match was actually very good from the very beginning into the middle. Until the end when both these guys got freaking tanked. And you saw Morris. Look. Morrissey is a big guy. Cut. You can see his abs. You can see the man boobs all chiseled and all this. But after he got near 10 minutes, he was so tanked, he couldn't even lift Moose for a second power bomb. He couldn't. He could not do it. And it looked bad. And Moose himself, Moose got great stamina, but there was points where even he got tanked. You could tell these guys were tired, but they did tell a good story. At one point, they wanted to make it clear that these guys were so dead even that when it came to Morrissey finally getting nailed on a 3rd spear by Moose, the only way he could win was just his hand laying under the ring rope, which was like this much off the ring rope, like this. His hand was this much away from the rope, right under it, just by that little much. The only reason he won. And for Moose, his leg just barely being under the ring rope as well. Eventually, Moose won. I was not surprised Moose won. There's no way they're going to drop that title off of Moose yet. They have no one that's ready for Moose. let's make this clear. Before we get to the final part that I know one of my subscribers who said it, I will give him the credit and thank him for saying it. But when it comes to Moose, he's the best champion they got. And there is no one else that can take that title right now. No one has been built as well as him. There is no one that is so over as him. There's nobody. So he's keeping that title possibly into the end of the year or even beyond. That's just my humble opinion. I'm just saying, you guys tell me below if you think someone else is ready. Finally, Team Impact versus Team Honor No More. Eddie supposedly taken out later in the night. He was gone. They brought in Willie. Now, I'm going to be honest here. There were 3 people I thought that could have nailed Eddie. I didn't expect Eddie to be the one who nailed himself. I thought it could have been Sami Callihan. I thought it could have been a possible Samoa Joe coming back because he was synonymous with ROH. He was very strongly synonymous with them. I also thought Chris Sabin might actually be the person that might have done it as well, for the simple reason that they've always monikered him next to Eddie as the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. Now, he's been there way longer than Eddie has. Eddie came in more than a few times, in 2012? He is not the true heart and soul. It's Chris Sabin. He's been there since the door, almost when the doors freaking opened. He was there when almost the doors opened, about a year or 2 after, easily. So I thought, well, if there's going to be someone that's going to turn, it might be Chris. And to be honest, I think if it wasn't Eddie, if Chris had turned, it would have been even a bigger blow than Eddie Edwards. But by nearing the end of the match, and I'm not going to say the match was 100% bad. It wasn't. At what? BCO, 35 years in the business, you could see the type of way he works the crowd. When he was working with a 27-year veteran in a Rhino, you could see them, neither one of them selling to each other. Neither one of them willing to quit. They could show, when they do it right, how, yes, older school style of wrestling could still be interesting and compelling if done correctly. Because remember, not all the time you need high flying or extreme grapple wrestling. You just got to give proper emotion, as well as not selling a lot of chops to the damn chest. So by the end of it, you get Eddie coming out because he was going to help Rhino deal with OGK along with a Maria Kanellis Bennett, or Maria, actually, I keep saying Maria. He basically nails Rhino, nails everybody else, and I believe it was Kenny King who got the pin, and now he's on the side of Honor No More. He rips off his tag, and in my face is when the channel had, when the show supposedly stopped, but they were still filming, and you see the tape that Eddie had on his vest now on the mat, showing he's no longer part of them. This was better than Elimination Chamber, hands down. If you guys don't agree, fine. But it was vastly superior, in my humble opinion. But this is just me. And I hope you enjoyed this. No surrender. I have exercised my demon. This is way better than what I saw at 12 in the afternoon. Way better. I'm more happier. But this is just me. Peace.